Hi there, Merry Christmas. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 358 of our Be a Better You annual challenge. Today we are talking about and hopping into our last run through the IDEANCE process. And I have a confession to make. We will be going into the first of the year with the IDEANCE process because I did not plan out the entire month ahead of time. And I ended up mixing up my days. And really, it's based on about the middle of the month. I did the same topic twice. Now, it's kind of a painful confession, but it's a lesson learned in following my own procedures and making sure I'm true and consistent to them. Well, today, the I in IDEANCE process stands for is. What is the current situation? What is the current story that I'm telling myself is the first part of that. And the second part is, what is my desired story? What do I really want in this area or aspect of my life? So we just went through 9 days, each day on each area of the life framework, and we did a roundup. We talked about and thought about our wins for this past year. We looked at our lessons learned from this past year. We looked at what is our biggest challenge that still remains. And we asked ourselves, okay, what are 3 things that we did in this area that we want to make sure we keep doing next year? Why? Because the habits and the things that we consistently do become our identity, and they create the results that we see in our life. So if you're seeing a result in your life that you don't love right now, what do? You figure out what is the belief or identity or thought process or me doing or not doing something that's creating that result. Because it's always boils down to us, whether we want to admit it or not. So part of the, one of the things I'm doing is getting a sip of coffee because my throat's cloggy this morning. Is I am personally participating in a 6-month challenge. It's a money manifestation challenge. And why? Because just like everybody else, I want to continually improve, add to my skills, and level up. And I have discovered that the only thing holding me back is me. And so this is a 6-month challenge to work on the blocks and the thoughts and the beliefs that most of them don't even belong to me, eliminating them and making sure that I'm making a quantum leap forward this year. So one of the things I did as part of that challenge last week was an energy and integrity leak audit. I can't remember who this is from originally. I think it's from, let me grab my magnifying glass. 100 clean sleep. 100 queens. Okay, let's try this again. 100 clean sweep program by Thomas J. Leonard. Now, I never went through that. It was originally designed to create complete personal freedom through 100 life upgrades. And this one has been modified specifically for businesses and growing and building and having your own business, which is right up my alley, of course. So I did this audit last week, and one area stood out as a massive improvement area for me. Now, I would like to say this was a big surprise, but it's not a big surprise. I have known it all along. And so now it's in my face that branding and presence needs to be addressed. So guess what I'm going to apply the IDEANCE process to? Branding and presence. And I'll go through, there's, I think, 10 things in that category. I will pick probably the top 1 and apply the IDEANCE process to that, or maybe the top 2. But again, it's something I've known for a long time that I needed to do and commit to. But once I let go of Pajama Grandma, I was not committed to anything. And when you're not committed to anything, what do your results do? They're all over the place. How have my results been? All over the place. And it's time to change that. So I will be focusing on what is my current story about branding and presence? What is my desired story about branding and presence? So today, I want you to think about, if you didn't select one already, or if it isn't right, if you didn't wake up, I woke up knowing this morning. If you didn't wake up knowing, hey, this is the area I need to apply the IDEANCE process to, take a look at what we just did over the last 9 days. What area is maybe your number 1 priority or your biggest challenge? Look at your biggest challenges and see if there's a common thread that if you fix one of those, everything else will improve, or other things will improve as well. Sometimes when we just change one little thing, it positively impacts maybe not all 9 areas, but maybe 3 or 4 of them of the life framework. And so those are what I call, and I learned this from Russell Brunson, big dominoes. When you knock down that first domino, all of the rest fall if you've got things set in place. So that's why I say pick something that will impact not just the one little thing that you're working on, but will really have a positive impact. I know if I fix my branding and presence, it will create a positive effect in my finances, in my messaging, and communication, in my relationships, everything. And so, and it'll be in alignment with my spirit, and that will help my spirituality. It will be in alignment with my emotions and what feels right for me. So, you know, there's at least 5 areas that are going to be impacted by me just working on this one thing for the next 9 days. All right. So what are we doing? We are, if we haven't done it already, picking a challenge or a goal or an improvement area or something that we want to improve, change, grow, supersize, whatever you want to call it. And over the next 9 days, we're going to apply our IDEANCE process, our process that we came up with at the beginning of the year to that challenge. We might not have the whole thing solved by the end of 9 days, but I guarantee we will have the framework and the plan in place to make sure that we get it taken care of early on next year. All right. Any questions about this? If you're struggling with what to pick, it's Christmas Day, but you can still reach out and ask. You can box for me. You can message me. I'll pop in and out of social media today. I will not be on there as much as normally. I will not be available as much as normal, but doesn't mean I can't answer your question, because it's that important that we set ourselves up to finish this year strong and head into next year in the best possible position to create what we want in our life. All right. Have an awesome day. Have a Merry Christmas. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.